Alright, so rolling a d5 here. I got Jake. Can you hear me, Jake?
Am I unmuted now?
You are unmuted now.
Alright. I'm pretty sure I am unfortunate because I got rolled last time as well, but okay, what happened last time? We did a lot of moving around. We went to a farmhouse. In a farmhouse, we found a whole lot of nothing except a burnt old rubble destroyed book. I used a spell to resurrect the book, and we were able to glean some information from it. The person who lived in the house used to serve the Baroness, and they went on this venture to this place called the Everquiet. There they found an artifact, which we assume from the texts is some type of djinn or genie or spirit which can grant the user magical powers. What became very clear is this person was corrupted by this magical artifact, and they're considered compromised. We don't know who else is in this way, but this caused some conflict here between this guy and his friend Stinky Pete, who's the blacksmith.
Filthy Pete.
Filthy Pete, yeah. Stinky Pete's the prospector. Anyway, we then went to search his house, which is basically a hovel, and there we found a death threat and not a whole lot else. Then we decided we need to. I think the leader of the forest, Bayanor, was also mentioned in the letter, so we decided to go investigate them. Or something. I get confused with all the. I don't have my notes, so I'm just going off of memory here, and it's not good. I apologize. But yeah, we went there, and then they were like, "Hey, it's dangerous out here. We're gonna leave. We're not allowed in the keep anymore, so we're just gonna leave. And you guys should too." And we're like, "Oh dang, that's not great." But they're also missing some friends. If I remember right, and we were told if we could find them, then they would be grateful. So we agreed to that, and as we went out looking for them, we heard scary sounds in the dark of the woods, and we believe we were being ambushed at the moment.
Yes. Couple of things just off the top of my head here. Rex, would you do me a favor this evening? It comes with, I do this in other games, but I'm wondering if you would help me with this. X level of XP per session, if you could keep track of our turn initiative. Could you do that for us?
Okay.
I can give it to you. It's let me know when you're ready to copy. If
the turn order I had last time was Rex, Siebert, Log, Durek.
You nailed it. You got it. That would help me out a lot, so I'm not continually looking down at that. So, you know, if somebody has done or said a thing and moved, then you're like, all right, it's the next person's turn, Durek, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Do I have a? I'm trying to find if I've got post-it notes around, because that would really be great for this.
Indeed.
I do, but I can't locate them right now, so I'm just not going to do that.
I'm sorry. All right, but you'll get, I think, 3 XP now for that. So, because you're what, level 3?
Yes. Well, let's see if we can, if I can do it successfully.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Do you want me to write that order down? And I got a pen right here. I could write it down and help out if you need it.
Yeah,
it really makes sense for everybody to get involved in keeping track.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's just all do it, and then we'll all get the extra XP.
That's true.
We'll break the game that way.
We'll just split the 3 XP 4 ways. Nothing bad can happen.
Or what we do is we compile it on one character so they level up, and then once they get to whatever level, then we can do it to the next person.
Yeah, this is how I do mapping. So, yeah, it's Rex, Siebert, Log, Durek. And then, like, you know, if Rex kind of makes a call on a round, you know, go to the next round and make Siebert make a call if it starts over and that kind of thing. A few other things of note. Just as a reminder, your quest log last session, you discovered the fate of Yeaman McEwen. That was 12 XP. Seems like it may have been important. You investigated the Foresters, which is an old quest item. You got 5 XP for that. Your upcoming XP, you wanted to investigate the Toad Chief, which would be 5 XP. Find the slot for the key you found, which would be 15 XP. Determine if the keep connects to the underground complex would be 10 XP. And last session, the quest you're on now, which you got from the Foresters, is find the fate of their friends and confront what may have caused that fate. And if you do that, that'll be 7 XP.
Wow. Is this written down somewhere? I was hoping to keep notes, but I
got it right here.
I went too slow. Oh.
I can give it to you all later, and we can put it in
that'd be very
Discord
helpful
as well and pin it.
Yeah.
But
We've gotten a little mixed up on the quest log.
Yeah, and did I jump the gun last week by because I thought the XP had brought us up to level 3.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we should be at level 3 with a 12 XP spillover.
I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, everybody. But if you don't have it now, maybe just roll your hit points and let's keep rolling. Actually, if you're level 3, you'll get max hit points for level 3.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, and you'll get a talent. Max hit points. No, I'm sorry. Max hit points level 1 and 2, but you get a talent.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, anyways, here we are.
Okay, so
You followed the blood trail into the forest, into the dark. And does anybody have a light source?
Yes,
I
I
just-
just lit a torch at the end of last session, so it's 1
Okay.
minute away from being full.
Yeah.
Which I can go ahead and resume that timer.
Okay, yeah, if you could, resume the timer. As you go into the dark forest following the blood trail, suddenly you see yourself surrounded by glowing yellow eyes in the dark, growls, things coming from the edge of the woodline. The eyes are at human eye level, but then you realize these beings are on all fours. You can roll for initiative.
Those of you who haven't, you might want to roll your luck for the session too.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
and luck, yeah. Thank you. Make a luck token. And
Okay.
also, test to get a luck token because you've reminded me every session before that.
Oh,
Hey, I'm
good,
gonna
because
go
I just
ahead-
rolled minimum.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll my. I'm gonna spend my luck to
Try to
re-roll
get over that
initiative.
19. You don't want them to go first for some reason?
Actually, okay. Can I say I spent that luck to make you re-roll? Because I really re-rolled a 2 and 2 and 1. That feels real bad.
Yeah, here we go. I'm re-rolling mine. That 20. Nope. All
There we
right,
go.
there we go. Good. So, wait, did somebody beat it?
Probably not, but
I don't
hey,
think
it still feels
anybody
better than,
beat it.
than
Hang on,
what
there we
it
go.
was.
Didn't roll mine until just now. 4! No, I didn't beat it.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so
Awesome.
the highest I'm seeing is Durik with an 11. Is that right?
Somebody had something higher than that, didn't they? Who's Warg? There's a Warg. Oh, right, that's
Oh,
them.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Who's
that's-
Warg? Oh,
that's
they're
the bad
Warg.
guys. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, here it
Yeah.
goes.
Well, at least it doesn't say werewolf.
So,
Hey, that's true. Good point.
let's see. Rex, the top of the round after these monsters act then will be Durik. And then it'll go, Rex Siebert, Rex Siebert Log, and then monsters, and then Durik again. Here we go. They, actually gotta do a couple things here. No. Yeah, I think I already, let's see. Interesting. They start to encircle you, and they growl, and pace around you. That's what they spend their turn doing.
Hmm. They didn't attack us, though, but we should interpret them as being hostile nevertheless. mean, they're certainly giving us a threat display. Maybe we could
Yeah,
at least try backing away. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to try to retreat back a little bit so they can't encircle us.
Yeah.
Do they seem super intelligent? Like, do they seem like human-like intellect?
Make a intelligence check.
Can I rangerly try the same? Or is it just
Yeah.
the first person?
No, that makes sense because you're a ranger.
Alright, here we go.
So, because you're a ranger, you
11.
get you can roll
Oh,
twice.
advantage?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Hey.
Natural 20.
They seem very smart, but they're not sapient.
Okay.
Um,
Alright,
I'm
these
gonna
are smarter than
suggest-
normal wolf boys.
Yeah, I'm going to
smart enough.
suggest everybody get behind me. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say these are smarter than normal wolves, but not smart enough to stalk our way out of this.
Okay, so you're backing off, so
Yeah, we're gonna back off. If it's a territorial thing, it's possible they won't pursue, but we should probably just move under the assumption that we're trying to stop them from surrounding us instead, and that the fight's inevitable.
Yeah, you're able to move near, or
I'm gonna try to get behind Durek.
Yeah, I'd like to take a position if I can block the, act as a
Meat shield.
meat
Tank.
shield. Yes, act as a meat shield for the party.
Can I also split up a little bit so that they can't surround us as easily?
Yeah, you can move your tokens.
Okay,
Right.
I'd like to move
I'll
somewhere
move like
like
here.
over here. I also have the light, so my intention is to draw them away from, or give some distraction.
Ooh, be careful.
That's okay.
All right. Unfortunately, they follow you, and they attack.
Rip.
Log, you take 4 points of damage. Durek, 2 of them attack you
Bring it.
for 7 points of damage, and this one starts to stalk through the wilderness
Oof.
nearby into the bushes. And we're up to Durek.
All right. Well, since I've got 2 of them on me, I will take one of them out with a mighty blow.
Your target is 14.
All right.
Good luck.
I've got my updated character sheet on a PDF here, so but I'll roll off of the.
Gotcha.
All right, hold on. This should be
Left or right one?
There we go. There we go.
Which one you attacking?
Oh, the one to the left, so I can get a good solid crack at him.
How much damage?
That was hit with a 26 for 6 points of damage.
All right. All right. You do that. You have a you said a flamberge, right? You have like a two-handed big sword like that, right?
Yeah, like as a bastard sword, hand and a half sword. I have the flamberge on my back and this one in my hand.
Okay.
I've
All
got
right. You this hand and a half sword, you hack it into its mangy, rugged hide. It's almost like cracking into layers of leather armor, but it does yield to the blow, and blood starts to come out of it, and it howls into the night, creating noise. And let's see, we're on.
I'll howl right back at him.
Nice. Rex.
Rex will. The wolf that Durek attacked is still looking fairly healthy, I assume.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will try to attack it also with my bow, the same one that was just struck.
All right. 11, I think, is the target. Yeah. Sorry if I said 14.
Okay, I did add a bonus to this.
Well, just
that's
chuck
just
a
the damage. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Just chuck a 20 to begin with. We'll see how it goes. It's probably gonna be a 20, right? I mean, you know. Nope. Nope. It's not.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw a luck token at this one.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Much better.
All right. How much damage?
That'll be a 1d8 plus 2 normally, but you also said we get our dex bonus to damage as well because this is Hero Dark. Is that right?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
That'll be a 1d8 plus 5 then. 7.
7. All right. You slay this one next to Durek.
Yeah.
Straight in the eyes after he cracks his blade into it.
Nice. All right.
Saber.
One down.
Excellent.
Chris, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I think I cut out for a sec. But anyway, yeah, I'll move forward towards this other one that's on Durek's side, and I will cast Blind and attempt to blind it.
Oh, does it get... Oh, well, first you cast it. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So it's a DC 12 to cast. So I make it.
All right. And then it doesn't get a save, does it?
It just says, utter a divine censure, blinding or deafening one creature you can see in range. The creature had disadvantage on task requiring the lost sense.
All right. It is blinded. And, next one, Log.
Can I move without provoking extra turns from them?
You can attempt to move through, which requires a dexterity check, and I don't count it as your action.
Well, I just want to move along the ridge here, ridge line. I don't know how to draw a line on this VTT, but along the ridge line, I don't want to move through them. I want to move around them.
What's your goal? What are you trying to do?
I mean, I want to get like up here, and then continue to try to draw their attention.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
And then I want to cast a spell also.
All right. Yeah, you'd make a move through check to see if you can get out of their out of that melee.
Okay. So it's a dex?
Yeah, dex to DC 12 to move through.
Okay. So I have a +2, so I need a 10 or better.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you're able to move. You can still take your action.
Awesome. So I'm gonna move up here, and then I'm going to go ooga booga booga, but then I'm also going to cast Eye Bite at this one, the farthest one from me.
All right.
So that would fail. I'm going to spend a luck to reroll. There we go, and that will succeed.
Nice. All right. And then...
So Eye Bite says, creature takes 1d4 damage and cannot see me until the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So
Remind me if that comes up. Oh.
So take 1 damage and can't see me.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. Back to the monsters. This one that you dove past and then you cast that spell, it leaps from the crowd back towards you, Log, and tries to chomp down on your shoulder, but it gets a nat 1, which makes it flee past, is what happens basically, and it tumbles into the bushes nearby, making you not in melee.
Does it have to make a dex check to leave my range?
Well, I was basically going to not lock you in melee. That was the result of the one. So now it's
okay.
Tumbles into the forest, and you have the ability to maneuver. And then let's see. This one's blind, so it's going to attempt to attack the person casting the spell, but with disadvantage. Fails for that reason. And then this one in the bushes leaps out and tries to leap onto Durek and pin him to the ground.
That was the one that was eye bit, right? Oh wait, that failed. My bad.
It is eye bit, and Durek, you're able to pummel it out of the way and stay on your feet, and it's back to Durek.
All right, as I sidestep this wolf's attack, I'm gonna bring the hammer down, or in this case, the broadsword, bastard sword rather.
Gotta specify.
Yeah,
Do you have a hammer?
that's true. I do. All right, here we go.
Nice. How much? 6 damage? Or more? More
6.
damage. 6.
6. Yeah, I keep rolling more damage one-handed than I do with two-handed, but I'm sticking with my two-handed, approach.
All right. Yeah, you wound this one, and there is a spray of crimson from this wound, and it also howls in pain. Rex.
Guess I am just going to maneuver over here, largely for effect, and likewise I will double up with Durek's attack in the hope of finishing it off.
Teamwork.
There we go.
Nat 20.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Turns to a 25. So that means I double. Is it like? Remind me again. It's like D&D 5 where you double the number of dice, but not the
Yeah.
bonus. Or you just roll total.
Oh. I don't know. Let's just let's double the dice.
Okay. 10.
10 total. All right. Yeah, you either way, you guys are like a killing team.
Yeah.
And Durek knocks the wind out of them and opens up a wound, and then that causes them to bay and howl and shake their head, and then you just pop him right between the eyes, and he drops to the ground dead.
Yeah. I think as it perhaps as it roars out, I shoot it in the mouth. But either way.
Oh, nice. That's even better. Love it.
Nice work, Rex.
Thanks. You too.
Sabert.
Yes. Seeing as the great work that y'all are doing, but noticing some blood on Durek, I'd probably try to cure wounds on Durek just to kind of keep him moving in the fight. DC 11.
Nice.
And I
Pass easily.
Yep. And then that's 2d6 of healing. So we'll roll those.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Exactly what I needed.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's exactly the damage you took.
And then a log.
Firstly, I'm going to use my troll ability for the first time ever and regain 1 HP.
Nice.
Hey.
Then, as my action, does it seem like the thicket that this wolf is standing in is flammable?
Yeah,
And
heck
if
yeah,
so,
it is.
do you think if I can throw my torch in there, I could just light the sucker on fire?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do so. I'm just gonna chuck my torch in there and hope that it burns the creature away.
Do you have any oil or anything?
I only have a lit torch.
Okay. Nonetheless, yeah, you put some stuff on the torch. I mean, you're a weird witchy, loggy, trolly thing, so you put a bunch of weird moss peat on the torch, and you ignite the brush on fire and create a scorching thing of flames between you and it.
I mean, my goal is to put the flames directly on it.
Oh yeah, no, that happens. It happens.
Nice.
I do have oil, but I'm way back here, so I can't help.
It's a bit much.
That's a lot for a torch.
All right. So, yeah, you do that. It will, every time it's there, including when it starts, it's going to take d6 damage. If it gets stuck there, it's going to take more.
Giving them the old spicy paws.
I realize, how many rounds have we had? 2 or 3? 3 rounds?
I've had 2, I think.
Okay.
I think we're on our second round.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Not counting the first one where we backed off.
Yeah,
Correct.
Jubal hasn't done anything, so I'm going to fix that right now. He's going to throw 2 daggers.
Oof. Oh, man.
Misses. One of the daggers narrowly misses you, Durek. It goes right by your head.
He does empty his pockets, though.
It's a magic skill, friend.
Fool wizard.
At this point, they're going to make a morale check, DC 15 morale check here, and they fail it, and so they're going to try to flee now. they're in melee. I'm going to see if it can get out of here. It fails to exit melee. And the fun one is this one. Well, he's not in melee. He's just gonna flee into the forest. He's gonna take. Hey, Log, you can roll d6 for damage.
2.
Okay. And
But I know who's boss.
he flees.
As soon as he flees, I'm going to come up to the flames and start trying to blow him out.
You make it worse. Roll to blow the flames out.
Okay, I
See if
will.
it's- Actually, yeah, do it. That's fine.
I mean, 18.
Okay, you did it. Yeah,
That's the best I've ever rolled.
Rex is just bouncing around, seeing what happened. It's just like, no, put dirt on it. Put dirt on it.
All right, this
But then it
one's
works
gonna
anyway.
attack, but he's got disadvantage because he was unable to flee. But there's a 14. Wait, 4 plus 3. Does a 17 hit?
Who?
Probably.
This would be Durik.
Oh, 17 definitely it hits. I mean,
17's
barely.
gonna hit anyways.
I got a 16 now for AC, but
He's
yes,
he sees all. He's blind and whimpering and lashes out at you and just nicks your shoulder just barely. You take 1 point of damage, stumbling around blind. First opportunity is going to try to leap away. Durik, it's your turn.
all right, Rex, we got to finish this guy. All right.
We got this. We got this.
All right, here we come.
Nice.
Solid hit.
Look at that. That damage kind of sucked. What the heck?
Are you sure you're adding enough modifiers to this?
Um,
I don't have the know-how to second guess you properly, but dude, everyone should check that.
I only have a +3 to damage. 2 from my strength and 1 from my. Actually, now that I'm up at the next level, it should be a +2 instead of the +1, so it's a +4 to damage technically.
Once again, you hack into it, Rex. See if you can finish it off, as you usually do.
Well, let's see here. Let's not jinx it.
Right.
All right. But yeah, once again, I creep in beside Durik and try to use the opportunity to nail it with the longbow.
Gee,
Nice.
Funny.
Whoa.
Wow. Dude.
Is that 3 in a row?
he's pulled a hat trick with the 20s.
It's not 3 in a row, but it's up there.
He did 19 the first one. and
15
then-
damage to it.
Damage. How do you
Wow.
kill this one?
This one I get right in the eye. Like it's got its eyes wide open trying to see, and I just use it as a bullseye.
It looks like falls over like it's taxidermied. Seizes up its nerves straight through its brainstem. And yeah, and you're left in the dark night of this place. Let's see here.
Rex just lets out a breath like, oh man.
That was some hell of a job shooting, Rex.
Thanks. Couldn't have done without you.
Most excellent. And Siebert, thanks for the power up. I appreciate it.
Yep,
Um,
sure thing.
Rex immediately approaches the wargs, and first to make sure they're dead, and second to examine them for I suppose signs of having people blood on them. For one.
All right. Make a intelligence check with advantage. What are we gonna say, Log?
I was going to say, I will go ahead and light another torch since I spent that one.
Okay. There was something I was gonna ask or say or something. I can't remember what it was.
Perhaps I'll come to you.
Yeah. All right. Looks like you got a 15. Yeah. You can in fact see that these things have. Let me put it this way: they're well fed. So there's a lair somewhere. There's a lair nearby, and you certainly aren't able to make out human blood from its muck and mat. But the blood trail continues on, and you are able to see it, dried and faded though it be. Looks like perhaps they've dragged things this way.
Yeah.
Any time.
Would that be the same direction that the one that escaped was heading?
Yes.
What do you say, fellas? Should we follow these things back to their den? Follow this thing back to its den and see if we see any logger bones there?
Before
I'm real
we
tempted
do-
to skin these things, but we gotta hurry.
I was just say before we do that, do we see any evidence nearby of these foresters? Were these wargs hunting them? Would we stumbled upon them?
Say that last part again.
Were these wargs? Were they hunting the foresters? Did we intercept them on their way to find them? People were.
Near as we could tell, they were just hunting us.
Yeah, I didn't know if there's any signs of the foresters here, like any tracks or
Yeah.
any signs.
Well, we did see a blood trail
It-
that passed through this area.
So,
Okay.
Log, it looks to you like this area, like at this point, and it's been days, maybe even week or two. I can't remember what he said, but it's been some time. So it'd probably be impossible to make out, this is two trails of blood specifically, right? But this area is well trod, and it's clear that they've dragged things this way before and recently.
I'll
Probably a
like
good bet.
chasing after the one that we scared off. See if it leads back.
Yeah.
We could try to follow its
Yeah.
trail. It did take some damage. It's probably not. It took fire damage, so it wouldn't be bleeding, but we'd probably have some ability to track it.
Just follow the smell of burnt wolf.
Right.
Okay, so sounds like we're going to follow the trail of the wolf that fled. Is that right?
Yeah, it's probably going back to where we're trying to find. Hopefully, it's my best bet anyway.
I think that makes sense.
What's the OOC? Whose OOC turn was it? I'll try to keep track of that, but only if I know where we're starting.
Sabert.
Okay. Well, next is Log.
Oh, what do I do?
Well, we got. I don't know. Whatever you want, really.
Make the call. I mean,
No. Here, hold on just a second. Sorry. So yeah, you follow the trail of these wolves. The one
Yeah, that's more of a collective decision. So yeah, we do that.
the one that fled, and it leads in the dark eventually until come to a cave.
Hmm.
Oh, there's a door. Let me get rid of that. But yeah.
can we see from outside if there's any alternative modes of entrance?
Could be.
Maybe we'd have to climb the cliff face or something, but
Do you want to spend some time? Now, let me describe the area, okay, first. This cave complex, this rock face, it goes straight into the hillside. So in order to check around, you need to make your way up to higher elevation, which would you need to kind of go part of the ways around, maybe a mile or a mile and a half.
Wow.
And
instead of doing that, could I just send Blossom to look for anything obvious?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me take a look from Blossom's
It is
eyes.
dark, so
Yeah, I just didn't know if there's anything like super obvious, like they see torches lit over here or whatever. Then.
speaking of torches, I've got a lantern that can provide more light than a torch. If we want to switch over to that.
Okay, we'll just let this one burn out and then we'll switch.
Okay.
over.
I can cast light on the familiar too if I need to.
It worked out pretty badly last time.
It's a good plot though to keep in our back pocket. Call it Shooting Star. Codename Shooting Star.
Under the bright stars of the Vale's night sky, She quickly flutters back and she says, "It's hard to see in the dark, but I don't see any campfires or anything obvious. Nothing. The hillside's not bald. It's a forest canopy and it's dense."
That's about what I expected. I give her little scratches under her beak.
After log is Durek's turn.
I think we should approach this the entrance to this cave.
No other obvious ways in, I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
The stench wafting from the cave entrance is harsh and carnal, requiring each of you to make a saving throw. You have a constitution bonus you can add to it. Then I'll describe some things. This is to meet DC 12.
So it's like Jake succeeds.
Oof.
Chris so that is three failures out of the 4 PCs. So we're doing great.
All right. Any any rerolls, tokens, that sort of thing?
I will re-roll.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do a
I'm
lock
gonna-
to
I'm gonna
reroll.
burn a lock token.
I think I'm gonna take the L on this one, but just to save him for later. Oh, my tiny kobold lungs.
All right. Sabert's doing good. And then what about Durek?
Here we come.
Nice. Okay. So it sounds like Rex, you failed. Rex, as you enter this place, you're pretty tough guy, and you've seen a lot of stuff. But what you see ahead of you tops that. You see the shredded remains of things. It smells like rotted meat and feces and all sorts of things mixed together, and you throw up, and you have a -2 to ability checks and attacks as long as you're in this cave.
Oh, you all right there, Rex? I'm gonna pat him on the back a little bit. Give him a.
I'm fine. It's kobold lungs. I'll explain later.
All right, who's up next?
Chalks it up to being like bird lungs, even though Blossom's right here and she's fine.
Who is it? I think it's Saber.
After Durek would be me, but I think I'm busy barfing, so I guess Saber.
Okay. Saber. Yeah, go ahead.
So I guess with the light that we have available, looking amongst the remains that we can see, I mean, is there anything that sticks out to us as this might be the folks we're looking for?
There are 2 paths, one going to your left and one to the right. On the right path, just at the edge of your light, you can see the pile of the source of the carnal stench that comes to your nose, or at least one such source. As there's this pile of gore there on the stone floor. Otherwise, you don't hear or see or smell anything. It's likely the stench drowns it out.
I think I mean charnel.
Charnel, thank you.
Sorry to nitpick, but carnal's a totally different thing. Okay.
I think we should press towards the nasty pile. What do y'all think?
Yes.
Rex, in character, thinks he's got to hang back a little bit and let you guys examine. Because he's not doing great.
If you're gonna hang back, you may as well light up your lantern and watch for any.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
And coming up from behind us.
All right, Rex will light up his lantern.
I'm gonna send Blossom with you to stay back.
Okay. And the lantern's got more light radius than a torch, I believe. It's like double close.
Okay.
Starting a timer. Give me a sec.
So let me actually get rid of this because Okay. So this chamber is very low, and as you enter it, particularly Log and Durik, you find that for Durik you have to squat down and kind of duck waddle, as it's only probably 4 feet high in places, and Log you nearly have to crawl. That's made worse from the soggy and wet, silty piles of amid the silt. There's and wet stone. There are bones and gore and the insides of creatures. And then in the center of the room is a pit. And then it continues on. Who's next? Is it
That
Log?
was a
Log.
Log's right after Saber.
So a rules question: would the remains of a body be considered mundane items?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'd like to cast Cauldron then.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
no.
Oh,
no! I'm
no.
going.
Does it
Can
turn
I
into a
spend a
zombie?
luck? I'm gonna spend a luck to reroll that.
Yeah.
All right, good. Because I don't want to lose that spell.
Oh,
It's so
no.
fun.
Oof.
I think I
There we
might
go.
do what Dungeon Crawl Classics does in the future if I ever try this again and not do it for crits or ones. Because in Dungeon Crawl Classics, if you roll a 1, you got a 1.
Yeah,
Because at high levels, it's impossible to roll low enough to get a fumble.
it didn't help anyway.
Oh,
Gotcha.
guess it
it
wasn't a
avoided a
fumble.
1.
All right. Okay,
Does the
so
1 matter for your spell slot? I don't remember how it works.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
definitely.
put the items. I put the items in the cauldron, expecting to reborn this person, and it just comes out as black sludge.
all right. Yeah, you do that. It makes the smell even worse.
Oh, jeez.
What are you doing over there? Ugh.
Don't
Log-
find any attention to me.
Log is
Oh, man.
he's making corpse stew.
All right, we're back, I believe, to Durik. Durik, what do you do?
Well, first off, I'm since I'm crawling around in this muck and stuff, I just to be for a little verisimilitude, I'm going to sheathe my other sword on my back, so I've got them crossed, and then I'll
Nice.
just pull out my dagger while I'm doing this crawling around. And I would like to get a closer look at that pit, I
Okay.
guess.
You sheathe your blade and take out your dagger as you start to crawl amidst the muck, and it makes your knees scraped and wet. As you scrape across the floor, you peer over to the edge into the pit, and you see that the pit it goes down a long ways into the dark. However, you also see, as you look down into it, hammered along its edges is a narrow ledge that someone has made, and above the ledge, iron spikes forming handholds, allowing someone to spiral their way down.
All right, I like that. Can I make a suggestion? Why don't does anyone have a climbing spike
I do.
themselves? Cool. Could we cast light on that spike and then drop it in the pit?
I personally have been absolutely chomping at the bit to cast light on something and drop something into a pit, so I'm perfectly cool with the idea.
I think I've also just got like rope, and I could just tie this lantern to the rope as a mundane thing. But if you're jumping at the bit, I'm not going to deny you.
All right.
Speaking of
Yeah.
the lantern, if you could give my token like a radius, like a light radius at your
You
convenience.
could also just pick up a bone and cast light on that. We don't have to use any of our gear to do that.
Okay, true. That's
Oh, we should
what-
probably examine the bones to see if any of them are. Well, we wouldn't be able to recognize these guys from their bones. What am I talking about?
that
Go
is a
ahead.
good
Go-
idea.
Go ahead, Siebert, if you want to cast light on something.
Yes, so I'm gonna find a skull amongst the bones if I can, because I just really like the way that would look in my head,
Yeah.
and attempt to cast light on it. So that's a DC 11, and I have
An
a
animal skull, though, not right? Not a people skull.
whatever kind of skull, whatever it happens to be.
You pick up a skull and worse, you're not sure, which is maybe worse. Anyways.
It is worse.
And as I attempt to cast light, the spirits just aren't with me. Apparently, it's shamed upon
It
to
just-
try to cast light on a skull, and I failed the spell.
You don't
Damn.
want to use a luck token?
Yeah, I might as well. Let me try that again. Here we go. And it was worth it.
Nice.
Okay. So after a mild flicker, it then just emerges with light. I just kind of see the skull itself and extra light coming from its eyes. And yeah, I guess I'd just drop it down the pit.
All right.
Get in that skull. I don't want to be in the skull. Get in the skull.
You drop the lit skull down into this pit, and it spirals down, cracking down at the bottom. The light still shining off the various fragments after it shatters. You think that it drops probably about 40 feet down into the darkness. You can see from the light, from a combination of your light and it, you can tell that at the bottom of this pit there is a pathway that continues on. It just ends, cave wall, and then there's a pathway down at the bottom.
What do you think, guys?
I think this pit's a lot more than the normal pit. I figured it was just a hole in the ground, but I think there might be something a little bit more going on here.
Now I want to go back to Rex. Rex, what do you do on your turn?
Rex is gonna scoot around the edges of this pit and examine the northeast corridor real quick.
Okay.
Just kind of peeking around there, not gonna get into too much trouble, hopefully. So there are other choices. I can see that it branches farther up.
Make a wisdom check.
$17. Ooh. I wonder what that could possibly be.
You hear growling in the dark ahead.
Rex will, if I can move, I'm going to back up a little bit, back into the horrible stench pit.
Dogs can't climb, right? So down we go.
Well, certainly not well. I hear more of them up ahead.
You guys want to go down into the pit?
Group
I mean, the way you
decision
say it
time.
like that makes me second guess myself, but yeah, I think so.
Well, the wargs are going to be here when we climb back up. And they'll be able to ambush us as we're trying to climb.
Well, I could make some fog, and we can just roll like logs out of the way. Be fine.
Does that make sense?
Maybe
Oh,
it's a good.
no.
Maybe it's a
It
good
might be
idea.
good to check out the wargs first and
Yeah.
see if we can clear them out.
Why won't we kill them?
Can we?
If they're eating
can
people.
Could I use a rope to fashion some type of like chain of ribs and femurs and things, and make like a, I don't even know what you call it, but like a small.
Like a rope
So-
ladder of corpses?
No, so there's this thing where if you're trying to move a hog, people use these big boards and PVCs and things to navigate, to keep them away and keep them at bay from yourself. So I want to like make some type of like, not quite a shield,
Like a
but
fence?
like a fence, yeah, like a piece of fence or something
Hmm.
and that way we could at least like maybe try to barricade this. I mean, all I have is rope and this
I
scraps
don't
up
think
on the
that's going
ground.
to work.
So
I appreciate the thought, but
So-
I think those wargs are just going to bite it. Go ahead, sir.
yeah, so it can work, but here's the deal. If you grab a bunch of large, parts of rib bones and you jab them into the ground and improvise some sort of barrier to slow something down. It will take a full round. So it'll be back to you around the next time when it happens.
I mean,
Let's go fight him. Let's go fight him.
okay. Let's go do that then.
Okay, but you still have an action on this turn. Is there anything you want to try to do, Log?
I mean, can I just pick up a whole bunch of sharp-looking bones?
Yeah. What are you gonna?
That's my action. Then.
All
I'm
right,
just gonna
yeah.
pick up a lot of sharp bones.
You do it. You got a whole bunch of sharp bones. Like it's like 12 big sharp bones in a big bundle, and that takes an inventory slot.
All right, good.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if this needs to wait for Rex's turn, but is to prepare for the combat. Rex wants, like, before we charge in, there's going to try to create a foe bane, if we got time.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Well, no, actually, that would happen on your turn.
Oh.
However, let's see if it is your turn. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh.
All right. So far, it looks like Rex. Looks like you got it. So,
All right.
Rex, you're the top of the round. The wargs are going to go after everyone else, but before you. Yeah, you can go ahead and act.
Rex is gonna back up a little bit so that the wargs are gonna, ideally with the hope that the wargs are gonna basically have to come through like one-ish at a time.
Yeah.
If he backs up too much, then they'll be able to just spill out. So no, he's gonna have to act as like a blocker for now. And with his turn, gonna go ahead and mix up Foebane and just kind of like smear it under each of his nostrils in the hopes of blocking out this horrible stench that's giving him a -2 to all his rolls. And it doesn't work, but if I do roll correctly, then I'll have advantage to compensate. So let's see how that works. Statistically, it won't work. And it really didn't
Oh
work.
no.
Oh man.
I don't think there's any rules here for what happens on a crit fail. So I assume that's just a fail, but it's up to you.
You get it up your nose and it smells worse.
Oh no!
What an interesting smell you've discovered.
And that uses my action, so I didn't go great.
All right. Let's see. So next, I believe, is Siebert. Siebert, sorry.
No, you're good. That's great. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So between me and the wolves, because they're coming down this way, I'm guessing the light's in a way that we can all kind of see them and know
Sure.
they're there now.
Yeah, what you trying to do? What do you want to do?
Am I able to maneuver around the pit to kind of like get into this hallway that they're into?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
I want to move like to the mouth of this corridor and then throw caltrips down to kind of keep them from being able to advance as well, if that's possible.
You do that. There's caltrips down.
Nice.
You can also move your token next to Rex there.
They probably there, yeah.
All right, you toss the caltrips, and then next is Log.
Hey, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna toss my sharp bones and put them in the way. Actually, no. I would actually. I think it would make more sense if I kind of like planted them in the ground, like a little tiny. I don't even know what you call it, like a palisade almost.
Punji sticks.
But
Yeah. I'll make you a deal if you want. What are you trying to do? I guess.
Slow them down. I want to
Okay.
slow them down and limit their movement.
Here's how you could do that. If you both run up, Saber, you toss these things to slow them down, and then Log, you run up and you jab all this stuff down into the wet soil over here, and then that will make them one by one coming in. There won't be any place until they get into the room where they would be less than one by one. It's too small a space. How's that sound? Do you want that?
Yes, and then I'll draw my dagger.
All right. And then I think, let's see, Durik.
Let me ask you this: the that where they've thrown the caltrops, basically at the mouth where everyone's standing waiting to ambush these things, is the ceiling any higher there, or is it still low? Are we still in crouched positions?
From here, it is. Well, let me make sure.
These wargs are as tall as men, so that's something to consider.
Yeah, after this chamber here, it gets a little bit higher. It's still cramped, but yeah.
So if you do want to move forwards there, then you'll have some more room to swing a sword.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I want to move forward and set myself up again in front of everyone as the buffer. But this time I'll draw my I'm going to draw my lucky flamberge this time.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, you set up your position, and let's see. It is their turn. Except no, it's not. Jubal is going to try to throw his 2 daggers.
Oh, jeez, he's going to stick me in the back.
If he throws a 1, he will. He doesn't, though, and he nails
Nice.
the first one for 4 points, eliciting a yelp from this thing, and Jubal jumps up and pumps his fist in the air victoriously.
Proved us wrong.
And then this thing goes through these caltrops. Somebody help me out and tell me what caltrops do in the book real quick.
Oh, shit.
No? Alright, I got it right here. Gear.
1 damage, and can only move at half speed.
Alright, they do that, and it takes a damage on top of that. That's a pretty handy piece of equipment. And then they all pile in, and they're all just like, like snapping past one another, and just like a big disgusting pile of like a Cerberus trying to come out of the dark, but only one can get to you at a time. But it does.
Oh yeah, we did a tactics.
Pass. But only one can hit for 4 damage. And,
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, that brings us back to Rex.
All right. Trying to be clever didn't work. I'm just going to shoot it with an arrow. Okay, so that's -2.
Your target is 11.
It hits anyway. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh, roll well on that. 12 damage total.
Describe how you kill it.
As it's snarling and struggling with the caltrops, I just as it leans over to try to pick a caltrop out of its paw, I take the opportunity to get it right in the neck.
Okay.
Just feather it.
Yeah, you do that, and it falls onto the spiky bones, impaling it, allowing only a tight space for the next one to come through, but they won't make it this turn. It'll be right there. I remember what I was going to say. I think you're down 5 arrows.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, check that off from your... and I think the character sheet in the VTT is pretty handy for that. I think you can literally just minus it.
I don't have the... I never got the VTT character sheet set up properly. I'm just using a text... I'm just using Notepad. But I will do that.
Oh yeah, I suppose I didn't. I thought I did that for you. Okay, no problem. Anyways,
All right.
Yeah, next person is Sabert.
Yeah, seeing the narrow corridors that we're in, I probably just kind of come up and just put a hand to Durek's weapon to give it Holy Weapon.
Nice.
For +1 attack and damage. I have to cast that at a DC 11. I have a +1, so... Oh yeah, we make that.
Very good.
Durek, you have +1 to attack and damage rolls for 5 rounds.
+1 attack and damage. All right, for 4. How many? 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome. All right. Next is Log.
Alright, my torch just goes out. But in addition to that, I'm going to throw a dagger at one of these boys. Yeah.
It hits.
Nice. So D4. 1 damage.
All right, you do
Can I
one.
add dex to that? I add dex to that.
Oh, okay. How much is it with Dex?
and 3 total.
Nice. Okay, so all right. Let's see. The other little guy, he's also going to try to throw a dagger.
Doable.
Oh no! And he loses a dagger.
Oh,
All right, and then
let's
Clanking
make sure it's not the
down the
fancy
hall.
dagger.
I think we are Durik. Then is next.
Correct. Well, now that I've got the holy flamberge of destruction, I'm going to use it one-handed this time, and I'm going to jam it right down the throat of one of these wargs.
Can you get at him?
I should be able to from there. I'm right up front.
Does it attack from near, or do you need to be close? If close, you'll have to move into this small space, which you can.
No, okay. I will
Watch
slide
for
up.
caltrips.
Yeah, I'll slide up into that space.
It is true that there are caltrips, and you'll take 1 damage there. It is true.
Really?
No way around.
Yeah.
What if I step on the dead dog?
Oh yeah, there's a dead dog there. Yeah, you just like knock the dead dog down and use it as
Just
a wreck.
clamber over it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Looking
stand
awesome.
on his. I'm gonna stand on his carcass. I'm gonna step over him, stand on his carcass, and attack the one behind him.
All right.
All right. Coming up. One-handed. That's 9 points plus an extra 2, so 11.
All right. 11 hits, and you said
No, I mean
for
11 damage.
Describe how you kill the next one.
Well,
Sick.
I jumped up on this carcass and then just straight down with one hand this holy flamberge, which has a wavy blade on it. I'm going to put it right down his throat, gargling the whole way down.
You can hear the bits of its spine and things slice and crack under your blade as you drive it through its body, and it ends its life and falls off your blade. The one behind it bellows a howl for help out nearby as it gets a nat 20 on its morale check.
Whew.
And let's see, that makes it
Pick
their
him up
turn.
next.
I think
Oh, sorry, there's runners.
I think we've pissed him off.
What are they? Oh yeah, I know what they're smart.
Oh, they're going to come up behind us.
All right, let's see. That one does that. Now, an interesting problem here is these are just totally stuck. So it will not make it on its first turn as it tries to rip the body out of the way to get to you, but it just like snaps furiously. This one like paces behind it trying to find an angle. They're still animals. And that brings us back to Rex.
I'm not sure if they can get around us because we at least briefly searched for other ways into the tunnel complex. But I guess we'll find out soon. Question: do I think that if I creep forwards a little bit, I'll get out of this cloud of horrible stench, or is it like not enough air?
I don't think there's enough space to get out of this room yet.
Okay.
That was both a good thing and a bad thing when the scheme was
Alright.
devised.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly helpful with the old action economy. I'll try to move forwards a little bit, just short of the cloud of the field of caltrips, and try to get a good angle to just scurry in and try to like take a pot shot from close up.
All right.
And still a -2 then. Here we go. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Rolling hot.
All right.
7 damage total.
Okay, you
And 14 arrows.
you hit this thing in the head. You can tell that it looks dizzy from that wound.
Fuck.
It will probably die either way if it can only hope to take one of you out as it goes. And
It's my turn, Siebert.
yeah, Siebert.
Yeah, seeing this one near death and not having a diddly thing I can do on the range, I'm going to blind the one behind it, or attempt to.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, and that's a DC 12. I have +1, so. Oh crap! I'd come just short. Let me burn a luck to try that again. Ooh, even worse. Okay, I failed to do so.
All right.
Mm.
Jubal can hardly do anything either. He only has his staff. So he is going to come up and gingerly try to reach his dagger, the first one, and use his turn to do that. And that brings us back to Durek.
Did Log go?
Oh, sorry,
I was
Log
gonna
did.
say I got passed, but that's okay.
Oh, that's all right.
I'll
Yeah,
go at the
Log-
end of the round. It's no big deal. Yeah, I will. I mean, I don't have a lot I can do, but I will attempt to cast Eye Bite at one of them.
All right.
Let me double check. Eye Bite DC, because I forgot to check that.
Could be an 11.
Yeah, but I have features for different spells. I do have +1 to spell casting, so I need a 10 or better. So yeah, I just barely fail.
Do you only have a +1 to spell casting?
Oh, sorry, no, that's you're correct. That was my wisdom. It's my charisma. So yeah, I have a +1, and then I have a +1 to spell casting. So that's a total of +2.
So
Which
it's
means
11.
I just barely make it.
Nice.
I cast Eye Bite. Yeah. So go ahead and he cannot see me till the end of his next turn, and he takes 2 damage.
The one in front or back?
Let's go with the one closest to me.
All right.
So probably the front. Yes.
He's already damaged pretty good from the arrow.
Yeah.
And then I'm
So
also
eye
going
bite
to
means that he
step-
can't see you, but he can still see us. I'm not sure if I understand. I can't
Yeah,
find a
that's-
description of the spell.
Yeah, that's what the spell says. I
Alright.
can read it verbatim if that helps.
No, it's fine. All right, Durek.
Yes. Did the one that just got eye bit, is he still alive?
He is still alive. It would
All right.
also be difficult to get to him. You probably can't. Yeah, it would probably just take all your movement to get to him, and then you'd be, if something happened, which I'm sure it wouldn't. It might be difficult to get out if there were something going on, but otherwise you can get to him and attack if you want to.
Just got to platform jump from one wolf to the other, which is incredibly bad footing IRL, but
Yeah, I
how
feel
hard can
like
it be?
I feel like I could, I'm gonna crawl up over the top of these wolves. I'm gonna like spin my sword around, like flip it over in my hand, so it's almost like a dagger.
Yeah, stab.
But then and then stab down after like crawling over the top of these wolves. Can I get to him that way?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm putting myself into right into the line of wolf bait, I guess. But I feel pretty good that I need to kill off this guy. There's
got
there's 2 alive, right?
Yeah.
But we can see,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
That does hit.
14. Okay. With
This-
one-handed, it's 10 points. Plus 2. That's 12 points.
How do you kill this one?
Again, since I've got my sword sort of upside down, and I'm just going to ram it straight through him.
Now,
Any soft spot I can find purchase.
at this point, this one completely blocks this passage. This one is pacing back and forth. That's the end of your round. This one moves double near to make it to Log. This one is
What's
unable
around?
to make it. And this one attacks Log. Does a 17 hit.
Yes.
Log, you
Yes,
take
it is.
5 damage, and we're back to Rex.
Right. Rex is like pacing around himself, trying to see what's going on, and suddenly recognizes that they've flanked us. So he is
Clever
gonna,
bastards.
son of a bitch, So he doubles back over here to get a nice clear shot at the one costing log, and is gonna just fire an arrow.
All right.
With the whole archery setup, there's generally only one thing I can do, but I'll see if I can think of something clever next turn.
Wow.
Dirty 20.
Devastating.
I keep rolling high.
You are a crack shot, my friend.
Tonight, absolutely. That is 7 damage to the one costing log, which I think is just a little too little to finish it off, but enough that it feels it.
Log, this wolf jumps out of the dark from behind you and latches onto your body, and its jaws clamping down. You can start to, it feels like your bones are about to snap, and all of a sudden you hear a whoop noise, and you see an arrow struck into its neck, and it lets go. And growls as it backs off slightly. So we're back to Siebert.
Gesturing frantically and yelling to Durek to bring him up to speed. But go on.
What the hell's going on back there?
More wolves!
From the general position of things at the moment, for the one that just bit Log, would I be able to come up to its flank and attempt to shove it into the pit?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Make a strength check to try to do that, but it's going to have to be like a 15.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. It's best I got in the moment. I have a +2 to strength, so let's see.
Siebert.
Oh!
Nice.
How about it?
All right, so you move up behind it, and using the soft ground, the wet stone, and all of the slimy gore beneath it, you push with all of your might and drop it. It yelps like a puppy as it tumbles down 40 feet to its death below. And let's see, that brings us to Log.
I say bad puppy as I turn around and whack it with my club.
Nothing's in range now.
Oh, this one's dead? I missed that.
It's falling.
It's falling?
This is probably happening while it's still falling and howling.
Okay, I will run up to this one and whack it.
I love how you made the token smaller.
Natural 20.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I gotta do
Alright.
2d4 damage +2. Didn't really roll one. Roll again.
Yeah, roll another. So 6.
6 total damage.
All
As I
right.
whack it across the chin.
You crack it, and it yelps, and heroically Jubal charges forward and tries to do the same thing. And fails. Fails valiantly, and it's its turn. It's going to attack Jubal.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
It hits for 2 damage against Jubal.
Sorry, Jubal.
All right, and then let's see. That at this point, you no longer hear anything pacing over here. And we're back to Rex.
Jubal's still level 1, by the way.
I got skipped that round.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Sorry, Durek.
But I think all I want to do is climb off of those wolves now and come back into the main room.
How much distance can he make to get close to the melee?
I would say he can make it.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Charge in there and stab him. Just spear time. Half swording. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try to. So I'll move to the. Here, can I move my token?
Yeah, you should be able to move your token.
All right, cool. I'm gonna move. Oh, I moved everybody. Sorry, I'm gonna move you all back.
Log falls in the pit.
What the heck? Why am I moving everybody? I don't mean to move everybody. I apologize.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Must
why
have
it's doing
selected.
that.
I don't know, but I must have something. Maybe I've got something selected
Just-
here.
Absolutely crouch running and then coming in from below.
Let me see.
It's a
is
low
it,
ceiling.
Are you?
My token controls. I don't know. It says I've got somehow I've got all of them.
That's okay.
Well, if you like drag a box over nothing, it should deselect tokens if it's a selection issue.
That's okay. Just tell me what is it you're trying to do?
Oh, I'm just trying to get close enough to where I can launch my sword at it like a spear.
You do that. Roll to hit. Oof.
Wait, launch like throwing it?
Dang it.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right. You probably do this thing where you are able to just begin to spear it, but it barely misses it, unfortunately. And
That +7 to hit is amazing.
now I think it already acted. I think we're back at Rex.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Said I was gonna do something clever, but I honestly don't see anything. We already did the push him in the pit trick, so I'm just gonna shoot another arrow. I mean, it's been working great so far.
Fingers crossed.
Let's see how hard I jinx it.
Nice.
I didn't jinx it at all.
I tell you what, for a bunch of non-fighters, you guys are all fighting way better than I am tonight.
Are you kidding? You were clambering all over those guys and just climbed to the top of Mount Dead Wolves.
Describe
Speaking
how
of
you
that,
kill it.
Just after the sword is thrown and clangs off of the ceiling, the wolf like looks right up at it, which bares its throat for just long enough for very suddenly a feathered shaft to find itself sticking out.
Nice.
All right, you are surrounded not only in gore and muck and sweat and wet stone, but also the rotten, mangy, wet dog smelling fur and it just like wafts up all into this cavern space. You're making a real interesting smell here, and there's just this dead wolves everywhere.
Smells
As
like
is, I already threw up.
Smells like victory.
It's a good luck token.
I'll take it.
All right, I think who are we back to in turn order? I think is it. I can't remember.
That was Rex.
I think it might be back up to me.
Yeah. Okay, Rex. What do you think we should do now?
Rex is gonna try to get some air in the hopes of removing that -2 to all his actions.
All right, you're gonna leave the room.
I vote that I've got the only light source now, so I kind of vote that. No, I'll like leave the lantern here, and I'm just gonna get some fucking air. Like I'm gonna leave it right here.
All right.
Okay, you guys, I need I need a breather.
All right, you take a full round to clear that condition. You will be no longer at -2. The next person, I think, is Sabert. What do you think?
I guess we'll wait for Rex. And I don't know, do you guys think there's better value kind of scoping around where these wolves kind of looped around us? Or should we just kind of head into the pit?
We may as well clear the wolves out. I think there's one more, right? That took off running the other direction before those other two attacked. I'm not sure, but it might be worth our while to do that loop and just to make sure that we don't have any other wolves in here.
That's a good idea.
Now
we can check the cave too.
All right, so you take a round, wait for, Rex to clear his lungs. Rex, you come back. You're good now. You don't have a -2 anymore. Now, if you guys are going to keep trying to explore, are you going to go this way or are you going to go this way? And if you go this way, are you going to try to clear this, or how do you approach all those spikes and caltrops and dead wolves and all that stuff? Yeah, go ahead, Siebert.
Yeah, I think we should just walk around the way that we didn't just throw all of our Kevin McAllister's goodies down there. We can just kind of go where we got looped around from the backside and then just kind of explore out that way. Yep.
All right. So you find a narrow cavern path this way. until eventually it comes to another room with a bunch of bone fragments and gore, as you've seen before. Seems to be some other layer here. You can see pieces of gear as well, and what look like broken human bones, as well as the remains of a wagon wheel. Yeah, and then the path continues on to your east.
We should definitely examine those.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the next person up is Log. Log, what do you want to do?
Probably continue ahead.
Continue ahead. Okay. Do you
Yep.
guys want to continue ahead for now? Everybody agree with that?
I mean, my thing is
No.
scouting, and I have proficiency in stealth, so I'd like to sneak ahead of the group. Scout. as
Just
a
by
scout
yourself?
does.
All right.
Yeah, you could do that. All right.
Well, don't go too far.
So now you go to the edge of darkness, and I'll tell you what you can kind of hear. You can hear that the cavern continues on ahead of you for some ways. It sounds as if you can hear running water this way in the dark.
Okay. Like fresh water, or more like coming from a pipe, like man-made.
Yeah, fresh water. It sounds like there's some kind of water course under here.
Okay. Well, come back with that information and tell the group.
All right. All right. Let's see. We're back to Durek.
I would like to inspect these bones, particularly like the one, the human bones that look like they have gear with them. What I'm looking specifically for is anything that'll identify them as loggers, and even more specific, if any of them have a ring on them.
You
I'd like to
sift.
help with that search.
Okay, Durek, you sift through the bones and the remains here from the broken wagon wheel on a nearby pile of remains. You find an amulet, and on the amulet is the symbol of a wheel. This indicates that this was a member of the Wheelwrights Guild. They are a very important guild in Perenval City, and also very important in Bard's Gate, the city that has appeared. So this may have been an important person. You also find an iron-bound club with iron spars on it, a rusted longsword that does -1 damage, a crossbow, and 10 rusted crossbow bolts that do -1 damage. Yeah.
On that wheel, would we everybody just automatically be familiar with that, or do we need to make any checks on that or anything?
You're familiar with that symbol.
Okay. Seeing that, I would just kind of mutter, "These guys are the wheel deal."
-1 luck token.
That was my last one. Damn.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So I noticed we had some issues with ranged combat earlier. So I know this crossbow might not be everything you desire, but how hard is it to operate one of those? I'm trying to remember how proficiency works. Go ahead.
I know a priest can do it. So I know because I'm playing a priest in another game, and I can specifically use a crossbow, but not other things. So that's an option. And then for your other wizard, they cannot use a crossbow, only a dagger and a staff.
So I think Log or Saber could use this.
I don't know
Log
about a
is a
witch. Saber, you can use it if you want.
We can try getting you some better bolts later, because it says the crossbow bolts are rusted, but the crossbow itself is fine.
Yeah.
I actually can't use a crossbow. I bought one and then ended up giving it to Dirk because I can't use it.
All
Really?
right. So next is
Oh,
Rex.
do I?
Rex, what do you think we should do next?
Rex would like to examine the. So we already examined like the bones as part of the whole search. Is that right?
You've searched the area. You see nothing else of interest.
Hmm. All right, and I don't think that I would get far, like trying to identify like the individual people. I don't think. Is that right?
Not unless you had a lot of time, or magic, or no, probably no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, it seems that our investigation is concluded. We'll pick up the amethyst you mentioned, and I guess we can't use that crossbow, so I guess we'll leave it behind, unless we just want it as loot.
I forgot I had a crossbow already, so I guess
I'm pretty much
we
out
won't
of
use that.
inventory slots. Annoyingly, like it's actually kind of weird. Like my starting equipment just completely fills up my inventory, so when I find
Say-
loot, I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
drop something.
Saber, you can use it if you need another attack option other than spells. So.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, and since that means Durek can at least give him some of the actually good crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll give you half my stash.
Oh, by the way, did I have any opportunity to retrieve any of my arrows earlier?
You can go back and look for them if you want.
Hmm.
They're all sticking in the necks and throats and eyes of wolves.
This is true. You could you can take a round to go back, and then you can roll a d6 to see how many arrows you get.
Okay, if I could just do that.
Yeah, that'll be your
I'm
next.
down to 12.
We'll borrow that from your. We'll just say that's your turn this or your turn this
fine.
time. Okay, so let's see here.
Hey, rolled max.
Awesome, you got 6 arrows. So as you continue on, you can see a boulder sitting along the wall to your left. You can see on cracks along the boulder that kind of wavy water pattern as your torchlight passes along the wall. You can see scrapes along the floor, and then this path continues on ahead of you.
The boulder was placed there?
Yeah. So does it seem like the boulder is holding back water?
Well, let's see. Let's see. The next person is Rex and then Sabert. So Sabert, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like Jurek's line of thinking of like getting a better sense of like, is it like water's being held back or what?
Sure.
What can we kind of derive here?
What do you do? How would you find that out?
I guess just kind of like press up against the boulder, kind of look around, see, if there's like any like obvious signs of pressure leaking, stuff like that, I guess.
Okay, so you lean against the boulder and look through the crack. You can see a bit of, looks like a cavern space beyond the boulder. It looks like there's perhaps water in there, but it's simply pooling along the floor and rushing underneath the cavern. It looks like maybe an underwater stream. Okay, so no, there's no pressure against the boulder as far as water.
Gotcha. And then like for the gap that I'm able to see into, I mean, is it like person sized or critter sized or how big of a gap?
Oh, just like this big, like a sliver that you can kind of look into. Yeah, and the boulder is kind of blocking the way into this this other cavern space. Log, what are you doing?
I'm uncertain. Can I just scout again ahead?
Sure. Let's see here. Why don't you make a intelligence check with advantage?
Okay. I have a +0 to intelligence.
Or wisdom, whatever you want.
Wisdom I have a +1, so that'd be an 18.
Okay. All right. Do you think you might want to continue doing that until you guys change course? Scouting ahead and being on watch?
I mean, that's like my specialty, so that's something I'd like to do. Yeah.
All right. I will keep that in mind. All right. So let's see. Next is.
Do I learn
So
anything
that'd
with
be me.
my 18?
You don't see anything yet, but I mean it is dark. But okay, basically, whenever someone kind of like does this, where I'm scouting ahead, I presume you're not literally like traveling 15 minutes ahead of the group into the dark without a torch or something. So like you're, at the edge of the light, trying to listen, using Blossom, etc. I assume all that kind of stuff. Whenever you do that, if there's anything that comes from that direction, you're not going to be surprised, and you're going to have information about it. So that's kind of what you're going to get out of that.
Okay.
All right, Durek.
I'm gonna attempt to roll that boulder out of the way.
All right, how do you like grab it with both hands and use the?
Is there any is there a log or anything by, not you log personally?
About to say.
Is there any kind of a branch or anything I can use as a lever?
Sure,
I have
yeah, you can. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Crevice.
You have a what?
A crowbar.
Ah, yeah, absolutely. You could use a
That's as good as
crowbar.
it gets then.
Okay.
Excellent.
So yeah, you take the crowbar and start to try to pry the boulder away from the wall.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for the use of your crowbar.
Rex would like to assist with this by using his surprising strength to weight ratio to kind of like squeeze into a spot and then like brace his legs against the wall and press against it with his back while Durek is also doing this.
Durek, make a dexterity save.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hold up here. Try my...
I'm helping. Oh no!
That's an 11.
An 11 fails. You take... Actually, let me use this instead.
Oh no!
You take 9 points of damage as there is a spring that has been placed here, and it pummels the boulder away from its position and slams you into the wall under the force and weight of the boulder.
Oh, jeez. I should have used a 10-foot pole.
Look.
Oh, I had one of those too. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Do I guess am I just not at the right angle to take damage from this?
No, I wanted
Okay.
him to take that action since he's the one that, Okay, so next.
Since I'm the dumbass who, decided to move the boulder.
No, that was totally going to be my call.
Yeah, I want to stay in turn order so everybody gets to act. So, but next, Rex, what do you want to do?
Well, first I check on Durek and like get the boulder off him.
You lift the boulder off of Durek. Are
Oh,
you
fuck.
alive? Actually?
Oh
Damn,
my
man,
god.
you alright? Okay, you're not alright, but you alive? Can you walk?
Oh my god, I'm feeling like I've been hit by a boulder.
Well, it was probably that boulder that hit you. That's probably the reason for that.
Ah, jeez.
Give him a hand and try to bring him to his feet. And I don't really. I look around for one of the spellcasters, and it's just like, can anyone do something for him? I'm not sure how that works.
I can kind of step forward and kind of look over and just be like, yeah, all right, Rockstar, you're going to be fine. And I'll try to cast heal. That's a
Rockstar.
DC 11. And I have what was that? Oh,
6.
yeah. Let me try that again. I'll do the luck token for
Oh,
that.
I'll burn one of my luck tokens. I've got 3.
I've actually got. Does that make you lose the slot, or is this fine?
Yeah, he'll lose the slot.
Okay,
if
well
you
then,
do.
yeah, then definitely use a luck token, and if necessary, I could contribute one also.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll burn one.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Oh no, the same. Wait, is that
no.
good enough?
Yeah, I've got a +3 to the cast, so we're good.
Good.
Just make the DC with that. So
All right.
that's 2d6 for non-heal.
Wow, that's exactly what he took.
Awesome, I'll take it. I was already down 4, so I mean that'll bring me back up to.
If Rex can still act with like the rest of his turn, I suppose, then he's just gonna peek through the boulder area and like very carefully looking around for more traps and just kind of creep through.
Yeah, you could do that. You know, if you look just to the edge of your light without kind of totally leaving the group and that entrance, you can see that the path bisects into 2 very narrow passages ahead.
Yeah.
You also see that there's a running water current here next to you. Meanwhile, I think probably Log, you'll have to have come back, I think, because Rex has the light. Unless you...
Log also has a light.
No, it
Actually,
went out.
it went out. Yeah,
Oh,
it went out a while ago.
okay.
Yeah, I'll return to the group.
Mine's gonna go out pretty soon too.
Now, Siebert, you're next. No, actually, you healed him, so let's do that. And then, Log, what would you like to do next, Log? Do you want to go scout ahead at this point?
I mean, yeah,
All
I
right.
guess.
Yeah. All right, let's see. At the edge of your light, you have these 2 pathways. Now, how would this work? If you can't see in the dark, how would you do scouting? How would you do it?
I would
I've been wondering the
rely on
same
my hearing and my smell.
Okay.
I imagine like trolls are semi-animalistic in that way.
Okay. If that's the case, make a wisdom check with advantage for being a scout.
14.
14. Okay. You smell 2 distinct, strange smells. In this direction, you can smell rot, but like how do I put this? Like a log, like an old forest floor, like rotted
So familiar.
things, but old
Dad, is that
rotted
you?
things. Yeah, exactly, like Dad. And then meanwhile, in this direction, you have a strange acidic metallic smell that hits your nostrils. Something is different in that part of the cave. It is emitting a strange smell.
Okay. I'll try to relay that to the party quietly.
All right. That brings us back to Durek.
First off, I'm gonna clap Sabert on the back and say, "Hey, thanks again, buddy. Appreciate you
Yeah.
keeping me in the fight."
Sure thing.
MVP with the heals.
And then I will join. I will go forward into Area 5 and join the party there.
All right. I assume we're all going to go together here.
Yeah.
You can still take an action if you want to do anything else, Durek. If not,
Yes, I want to check out this water. I'm actually going to drink some of it.
very interesting.
I want to smell it first. Does it smell fresh? Like, is it fresh water?
You smell of it. You bring your nose close to the water, and
I'm gonna dip down with my hands, like cup some, and give it a.
yeah, when you do that, you notice 2 things. First, it does have it is fresh running water and it's clean. This is fresh water. It's running from west to east in relation to where you are. It seems like where you cupped it close to the bank, you have a little bit of dirt, the soot and sand of the cavern floor in your hands. So you smell a little bit of that, and then it has like a floral scent. And you look down and you can see something below you, just as the cavern water becomes just deep, just 4.5 feet deep. You see something glimmering at the bottom of the water.
I will report this.
I know my turn's next. I'm not sure when his turn ends, though.
Oh yeah, next Rex.
Well, as a ranger, I get advantage on bushcraft, the rules call it, which is going to be like basic survival skills, which is probably going to help to determine the nature of that floral scent.
Sure.
Perhaps.
You don't even have to roll. If he tells you, and then you take some of it and you smell it, this is wine. This is fermented grapes that you smell a hint of.
There's wine leaking into the water, so guess I'll borrow I'll borrow Jubal's long staff and see if I can scoot the glimmering, presumably bottle, closer to the edge, where I can reach my scaly hand in and grab it out.
You scoot and scrape with that long pole one of the glimmering things, and you notice there's probably 24 of these glimmering things, and indeed it is a bottle. And yeah, it's a bottle. If you pull it out, you find that it has a what's the right word I'm looking for? A
Seal?
The red is a very vibrant red, and it looks, if you like wine, it's mouth-watering to look at. And you estimate that this is probably worth 5 gold pieces, just this one wine, which is a lot of money in this world.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were pretty low on loot until the last session, so things are finally.
And it's capped. The wine is capped.
Yeah. It looks like maybe some of them have been destroyed, and there's an area, like a little alcove here, where they've been protected from the eddies and the current entirely. And some of it was just like, floating around, but yeah, a bunch of these are capped and sealed and in good condition.
Well, if it's 5 GP, that's worth getting wet. So I'm just gonna use the rest of my turn to try to retrieve as many as I can.
Make a strength check.
I'm better at that than you'd think. But I say that having totally jinxed myself. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
17, no problem.
You feel a tendril of something whip around your leg, but you're able to grab hold of these this huge case of all these glimmering bottles of wine, and they scrape along the under cave sea floor as you pull, and then you're able to grab a hold of rocks. Yeah, you kick it, and you're able to it lets go just fast enough for you to get back to the surface. It seems that something is down current of this. And is interested in whatever might enter the water.
Okay.
I clamber to the surface just as my lantern starts flickering out, and I will. I think I'm going to go ahead and pour my last thing of oil in there to keep it going.
Okay.
I have a torch I can light.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that, because we might have better use of the lantern part later, because it provides more light radius.
All right, well, in that case, Jurek, can you start a timer, and everybody else make a wisdom or intelligence check to meet a 12, just to see if you see this thing as it tried to grab him.
21.
Rex, I don't think you would have seen this. You were kicking and fighting for your life.
Okay.
But looks like Log did. Log, you smell... I don't know if you so much see anything as you smell something. You smell that acidic metallic smell briefly as just before Rex comes, like, gasping up from the water and splashing to get out.
Alright, can I attack it?
You could try to attack it from where you are. How would you do that?
I mean, I don't really have any good idea. I'll throw my club. That's all I have left.
You're gonna throw it in the water?
No,
It's your lucky club.
But I don't have my I forgot to pick up my dagger earlier, so yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't have anything else.
Jubal hands you his last dagger.
Okay. I thank him. I kiss it as I chuck it.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's a 15.
A 15 does not hit. It like whips
Ooh.
by. You see this translucent tendril just like whip back down this way and down current.
I'm gonna try to make myself as big as I can and wave my arms, and make my best attempt to imitate a bear.
Wrong.
Make a, I don't know what that is. Make a charisma check.
Hey,
but
I'm
it's
good
like,
at that.
It's, yeah. Okay.
Disadvantage because I'm not a bear.
It's you gotta get a 15 to.
You are a troll, though.
Get
I
this
am a
thing's
troll.
attention.
I have a +3. 18, 21.
You get its
Heck yeah.
attention, and the tendril reappears again, and then something appears from out of the water. And everybody can roll for initiative as this thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Good work. I guess. Uh-oh.
Thing doesn't look good.
Rex is just kind of like slumped over his retrieved cask of wine and looking up at this huge monster that's now looming out of the water. Like, oh God, what did you do?
I just hope the wine's okay.
That's what's really important. 17.
Okay, so, all right. So far it looks like a Rex. Okay,
Yeah.
so Rex, you're able to act first. What do you do?
I think something smart to do. But since I can't, screw it. I'm gonna try the. We need to like work out what happens if I like fail my herbalism thing. If that means that I can't do it again, but
No,
assuming
you
that
can-
I can, I'm just gonna give it
No,
another
no.
shot.
I think we're saying that we're going to treat it like a spell, but you can do
Oh.
more than one, right? Like, don't you have like 4 or something of them? 5?
I got a couple of them. The other ones are a little less immediately useful.
Let's
like one
just
of them,
treat them like spells for now, and like you can't
Okay.
do that one, but you can do one of the other ones, so on and so forth.
Understood.
But that way you
Uh,
can do them as much as you want, as long as you pass. So.
Well, I failed last time. Well, let's just All right, I can't think of anything clever. I'm just gonna attack. Just leap to my feet in startlement and just snatch up my longbow and just let her go.
All right, your target is 16. What?
It was a natural
Oh.
20.
Dude.
Kill it.
just
in one
kind of
round.
leap backwards and just hit the fucking thing in.
There's
just
a
by sheer
reason.
pure luck hitting it in a weak spot because I have no idea where that would be.
He was trained by one of the elite rangers of the Adventurers of Perenval. He was trained by Percival himself.
Yeah, no
So-
shit.
He's gonna regret training me that well, but not as much as
We
this guy's gonna
shall
regret.
see. All right, damage.
The damage is going to be double the dice and the same. Okay, that's this. 10 damage.
It squeals and rears up in the water as you strike it at seemingly a very sensitive point.
I'll remember
and
that.
Sabert.
Seeing this big thing, I'm probably gonna I'm just gonna back away from the water, I think. I don't
All right.
really want to be super close to it.
Okay. You are not in
Probably.
melee. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably just gonna head back towards like the entrance of where
Yes.
we were and just
Makes
hang
sense.
back for now.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Log.
You got that crossbow, right?
I do. Yeah, I guess I could take a shot at it with the crossbow. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder on that. How many bolts did you give me on that one, Derek?
Just roll to hit. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, okay, cool.
More than 0.
All right, it hits. Roll for
Hey.
damage.
Wait. What die does?
Roll a d6.
Perfect. 4 damage.
All right, you hit it in
Awesome.
that same spot. It's revealed by Rex, and it squeals some more and rears up. Log, what do you do?
So does this thing look like ethereal or like
No.
translucent?
It does look
just-
translucent. Yeah, it looks like some kind of albino crawfish is what I'd compare it to. It's like
Okay.
slimy and translucent and stuff.
Does it look like a poisonous jellyfish?
No.
Then I'm gonna bite it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
do
just
it.
gonna come up to him and bite it.
All
I'm
right.
kind of imagining like a tentacled Anomalocaris, if you know what that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna just grab as many tentacles as I can and shove them in my mouth.
Go for it.
Delicious.
Oh, no. It's terrible.
Oh, maybe
It's a
shoving
terrible
the
idea.
things that it uses to attack in your mouth
Maybe
wasn't
I
actually a great idea.
Maybe I should have tried that.
Uh,
Maybe that they go up my nose or something. It's really uncomfortable.
Jubal
That's the-
Oh, it's choking me.
He heroically runs up and tries to hit it with his staff.
Jubal,
He
you gotta be more
is
careful.
Not a hero today. Durik.
Yes. Well, then I'm
Fucking head back.
going to try to take out these tentacles
guys,
that
I don't have
are
any-
probably gonna. I'll try to take whack some of these tentacles off. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
This time.
Log shoves them in its mouth and just start choking them, and then Durik comes up and just tries to chop them off.
Right.
There you go.
The best, the best I can do. All right, here we go.
I'm helping.
Two-handed. There we go.
You
Hey,
do
yeah.
that's
Hell yeah.
progress.
do that. I think I
I'm the
know
only
how
one
you
not
killed
helping.
it. It didn't get to do all of
Amazing.
its cool things I was excited about, but
Oh.
Log tries to grab a bunch of tentacles and it does nothing. But then Durik just like Conan the Barbarian's down with his blade and chops them all off,
yeah.
and it spews like teal-colored goop everywhere as it screams and dies, and its body just flows under the water to its watery
Oh wait,
grave.
can we grab it before it sinks? And
Yeah, sure, you do that.
I,
Maybe it's
I
good for
wanna-
something.
Let me say, I want to try to take some of this carapace or shell or whatever and fashion into a shield.
Let's haul it up and see if it's good for something.
Yeah.
You guys are gross, but you do that.
Well, I mean, how gross are we? Also, like on the one hand, sorry that it didn't get to do all its cool stuff. On the other hand, super relieved it didn't get to do all its cool stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also, what did it taste like?
It tastes like shellfish, yeah, snow crab
Tastes like
like.
shrimp.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who's next. I can't remember. I think it was Log.
That's
was
back to
acting.
Rex.
So yeah, we're back to Rex. Yeah.
All right. I say we put a metaphorical and possibly literal pin in this, and on our way out of here, we can try to carve off some portion of edible meat for dinner tonight, because it is getting late. I'm the
Yeah,
character.
we're burning torchlight.
Yeah.
All right. In that
All right,
case,
so,
Rex. Yeah. Where do y'all think where do you think you should go? This corridor. Or
I
this
don't have
corridor
any
or back?
intelligent way to choose, so I arbitrarily choose the more northerly route, and I'm going to creep ahead. I do have an advantage. Here's the thing: I've got like an advantage on stealth rolls as a ranger, but if I'm also carrying a light source, that's not going to do anything. They'll just see the lantern, right?
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
you could step lightly and quietly.
Yeah, I will certainly take point and walk ahead, and maybe hand the lantern to someone behind me. So that now I'll have the lantern. I don't want to be caught in my own shadow.
okay, this is a good tactic. In this case, though, it becomes really clear because the chamber, the next chamber is not very far across, but it has a deep pool. Most of the of this room has a large freshwater pool, which you can see was the home of this strange, weird being. There doesn't seem to be anything else of interest in this chamber.
This is the chamber where I smelled the metallic acidic smell coming from, right?
Yeah, and I should have noted you had that fill your nostrils when you bit into it. It was clearly that creature.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Can,
minty in a very bad way.
can we hold the lantern as close to the water as possible, and I'll dunk my head and see if there's anything else worth note in there?
Oh
Yeah.
wait, I get
let's-
mixed up. It's not my lantern that's turned on. It's my lantern switched off. It's still Durik's.
Yeah, it's
torch that's providing the light.
Let's
My mistake.
let's borrow your turn because you're the scout. This makes sense. So you dunk her head under the water to try to scout ahead, Log, and when you put your head under the water doesn't hurt you, but it is suffused with that nasty metallic acid. Kind of, it might hurt you over time. When you look, though, you can tell that this is down current. Now, if you dove down into this water, it looks like it probably goes under the cave for a long way. It's like an underwater current. But apart from that, it looks like it just goes back to that place back where you were, and you don't see anything else of significance here. All right, so
I pulled my head
oh,
out,
go ahead.
and I just wanted to say, because we'll skip my turn next round, but I think if we had the light spell, if we could maybe like chuck a rock in there and see. But yeah, there's nothing of note in there.
All right, let's see. So next is Sabert.
We do have the light spell because we used a luck token to make sure it didn't fail
that's
last
right,
time,
that's
so it's
right.
still available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got light.
But that is a risk every time you do it. It might be worth it. By the way, I feel like we like kind of have 2 scouts because I'm a ranger, so we kind of double
Oh,
up there.
yeah, totally.
Not that I want to,
although
like,
in
take away-
fairness, I think you could give that to Log because, like, you are like an assassin, also the assassin ranger.
Sure.
Although you also haven't got to do your cool
Medicine.
medicine stuff yet, so we're still waiting to see that because that would be cool. But anyways, Sabert though is who right now.
If we're low on light sources, I'm kind of thinking it may be worthwhile to go ahead and turn back and get some rest. The wargs are cleared out. Coming back in, we'd be able to go either back into the water if you guys want, or really go and explore that pit more.
Also of note, I am sitting at 1 HP. Just throwing that out.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Then
I did not realize.
still a very bleeding and broken and apparently stoic and quiet Log.
Well, he has this like small hole in his back, and then he like takes this bark like skin and reveals that there's like a gaping hole that's way
Oh,
bigger
God.
than it seemed.
You've been rhino hiding.
Don't you
Then,
get one
yeah,
hit point per round though?
Oh, it's per hour. So
Oh,
at
Oh.
10:30, I'll get another 1 hit point back. Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say
geez.
as you're kind of diving your head down into the water, I would probably take note of that and just kind of, give you a healing nudge here.
I do have a. I could try to use my herbalism thing to.
Well,
To
it's
give it a shot.
Sabert's turn. He can give
Sure.
let Sabert.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Natural 20.
So I healed the shit out of him. No.
That's awesome.
Does that mean you double it up?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Hell
get
yeah.
double one effect. So.
All right.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I
tell me
healed
about your hit points because your VTT thing isn't really up to date.
Oh, yeah. I have a total of 9 hit points at my current level.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I get 1 hit point per hour if I don't take fire damage.
All right. So well, you're at least topped off.
Yeah. So Sabert, you 20 hit points. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can
I
I,
know Jubal's
could
also
I have
like
some of those?
down from 8 to 6, but that's probably fine. Wait, that's not fine. Never mind. Sorry, it's not my
Well,
turn.
yeah. So next is Log. Log, what do you want to do?
I already went this round.
Oh, that's right. And then
Sure.
we're
Dirk.
back to Dirk. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Keeping with the theme. I think we need to back out of this cave. Head towards the. I don't know. Do we want to explore down in this southern path real quick, like before? We still have a torch. There's still 30 minutes,
I vote
40
yes.
minutes of torchlight. We have about 30 minutes of game time, so this torch will get us to the end of this and then back out of this cave.
I vote yes.
All right,
Is everyone
let's
cool
do
with
it.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. I will note that you have like just one more alcove to explore. So maybe you want to just go check out the last one. There's just one, and I think it'd be silly. I don't want to hide that fact and have you go all the way to town and just come back for an alcove.
I've actually got another oil flask, so we got a whole extra hour if we need it.
I mean, I got light too that we can risk. So
So when you
true.
go down this last passage, this alcove has 2 foot by 1 foot wooden chests. There are several of them. They're all closed, though the wood in parts of them are rotten. They're monogrammed with a large V. And
V. Does that mean anything to us?
We're back up to the top of the round.
yeah, Rex,
If
what do
that
you
was
want to
Durek's
do?
turn, then yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'll creep a little closer and scope it out.
All right. What do you do with them?
Well, I guess I kind of like sneak up on them because they've gotten ambushed a couple of times. Just anticipating that something bad's gonna happen and checking for traps. But if nothing else happens, then I will see if I can like pry open a lid, peek inside, perhaps.
Well, so you're gonna check around for traps.
Yes.
Okay. So you move forward very carefully, and you look around as you go. How do you check for traps? I mean, what do you
Let's
take
see here.
Sabert's thingamajig and use that, or what do you do?
Log said he has an actual 10-foot pole.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I will borrow his 10-foot pole and like poke at stuff. Make sure to check all the corners and like examine spots where darts might fly from, or pressure plates, or especially weird mechanisms built into the boxes.
Nice. You do that, and you poke around the chests. You feel very confident they're not trapped, and in fact, they're not locked and easy to open. So, next is.
I still hold my breath as he opens.
Reasonable.
Next is Sabert. Sabert, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess kind of getting the heads up that there's not traps, I would probably go and try to open one of them and see what I see.
Which one do you open from top to bottom?
Eeny, meeny, money, that one. We'll go with the bottom one.
Bottom one, okay. Let's see. The bottom one has a bunch of china plates. They also are inscribed with a V.
Interesting. And I kind of relay that to the group.
Have we met anybody with the letter V in their name?
Yeah, that's so curious.
Aren't we looking for woodworkers?
We're looking for what happened to the woodworkers. Yeah.
So
These seem like they've been here a while, though.
Yeah.
and to be clear, they do look like they've been here for a very long time. Do you want to open the others, Sabert? I mean, you can do that on your turn or your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll kind of nudge through and rifle around.
Okay. The top one has 400 silver pennies. The second one 400 copper pennies, and the third 400 gold pennies.
Oh, hell yeah!
neat.
I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I didn't Shadowdark that. Let me Shadowdark it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I say sorry?
It has 40 silver pennies, 40 copper pennies, and 40 gold pennies, or gold coins. And,
hell yeah!
Yeah. All right, and yeah, I assume you all take it. I mean, you want to take that stuff?
We are going to take that.
Do you
I'll
take the china?
plates.
You gonna take the china? All right, it's gonna take up like 3 or 4. It's gonna take up 3 slots. You
I say we leave the China.
I've only got like one slot.
Hold on, Log. What were we gonna say?
I say that's exactly how many slots I have. So.
All right, and you want to take it?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. You got it. Okay. Let's see. Now we're to Log. So what do you want to do, Log?
I carefully stack the china in my bag.
You do that, but what? I guess there's only one way to go. There's nothing else of interest in this room, so let's just.
Yeah.
Oh, that was all 4 boxes that we checked.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is the next place you get to where you can make a decision here. So we go back. Let's see. The next person is Durek. Do you go back the way you came or continue down this path? I'll spoil
I'd like to go south again, but
yeah, let's explore as much as we can.
I don't want you guys to have to
And yeah, because I think we're back to where we were. So I mean,
except we can see 8 now.
Yeah. So and you verify that, so you can see here the piles of dead wolf bodies and the place where you had your battle. You also see a larger chamber with bones, and from the edge of your light, Durek, you can see 2 human bodies that have not decomposed or been torn apart entirely.
That's our fellas. Mm-hmm. We'll move forward to them.
Okay. Let's see. I think we're back to Rex. Let me describe what you all see here before you make your choice, Rex. This also is full of bodies. It's clear that these large wolves nested here. This is probably the main chamber. and you do see 2 people. You can tell that they are in fact Kent and Thod because of Thod's boots and Kent's armlet, if I didn't mention that before, so you're able to verify with absolute certainty that this is Kent and Thod. And they have some things on them. It looks like they've got some large purse bags. And that's it. What do you think, Rex?
They look dead.
They're definitely dead. What do you think, Rex?
How realistic do we think it would be to get some, let's say, some sticks from the woods outside and rig up a litter to 2 litters to try to bring their corpses back?
It would take a round to improvise litters, dragging litters from bones and from your cloaks.
Well, well, if possible, we'd like go all the way back out and use some sticks instead of making stuff out of bones.
You can do it.
But probably the same thing, yeah. I vote that we should do that and bring their bodies back, because if we have the opportunity to do so, they would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Plus,
we could do
plus they
that.
said they'd pay us.
Yeah, if we want to take the easier route, maybe just take the items of proof of person and then give the bodies a proper burial, and then we don't have to drag the bodies all that far. But I mean, personal preference of the group, I don't care.
I vote we attempt to bring the bodies back so that their families can bury them. But if y'all disagree, I will respect that. So what's everybody else think?
I think it's a good idea to take the bodies back. I don't know about a lean-to or a, if we should bother with a, with a gurney. We might just drag them. I mean, they're dead.
Well, what I'm thinking is like what's the right name for them? Where you just kind of, it's sort of like a,
it's no
sort of
big deal.
Liberty
You
Walk.
guys can,
Yeah.
you can, we can assume that you certainly work out the most proper way
Yeah.
to treat the bodies. You are, some of you at least,
Fieldcraft.
influenced by the faith of Tempest, so probably your honoring the dead is important, and
Yeah.
you can do it. I believe in you. But either way, there's the plan to take the bodies back.
Yes, so that their families can pay last respects themselves.
Very well.
However, I would like to point out one thing. Before we take the bodies back, we should go through their bags and see if they've got if he's got that ring on him.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That shouldn't go to the...
All right. Yeah, so that's a good point. So you go through their bags, and you find they do not have a ring. They have in their large purse bags some jugs of rum, sarsaparilla, bologna, wheels of cheese, and that's it.
I don't think it's immoral to eat the cheese, unless it's like it hasn't been long enough for it to go bad. So that's dinner.
It did get dragged into this, wolf hole, but yeah, you guys could eat it if you want to.
We could roll wisdom. Use our judgment. It's all right. Yeah, it looks like we searched it relatively well.
I'm sorry, Log. What were you saying?
I said pour a bit out for the fallen comrades and then drink the rest.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so that can count as your food for the day, so you don't have to mark off a ration or buy one at the tavern. And you drag the bodies back out the way you came, and probably have to use the light spell. We'll assume that it works. Lasts for an hour. That allows you to carry the bodies back to the lumber camp where you can rest at night, because they promised you could. They look sorrowfully. You see some of them take off their hats. Some of them come up and clap you on the shoulder in thanks either way. And they respectfully and lovingly place the bodies of their friends in the tent that they had long inhabited. And that's where we'll end the adventure for the night.